Good morning, everyone, and welcome to our story series at Berks Technical Institute. We are building bridges to career success. Today we have with us an extraordinary student, Sergeant Carissa Diggs, and we brought her on today because I want you all to hear a little bit about her story and all the phenomenal things that she's doing as part of her study here at BTI. So, Carissa, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I am currently, obviously, a student here at BTI. I am in the National Guard. I have been in since 2011. Actually, on Saturday, it was my 7-year graduation anniversary from basic.
Wow,
so that's
fantastic.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy how quickly the time has flown. I coach high school cheerleading, and I am a home health aide full-time.
Wow, now that really is extraordinary. How in the world do you find the time to be a student?
I have no idea. I really have no idea. I'm currently here taking class in the morning. So I have one class in the morning and I have one in the evening. And then next term, because I'll be away for training, I'll have 2 classes in the evening and then I'll go back to days. So it's a little all over the place.
So let's talk about that a little bit, your training, when you say you'll have to go back to that. How do you do that?
Well, it is for a job, it's a new job skill that I'm learning for the military. At the completion of that, I will be a generator mechanic, which I'm like, oh, great.
That is incredible.
Yeah, I'm not one for mechanics and tinkering and stuff like that, so I'm kind of like, but it may bring some new skill sets to me. But I will be just going to Fort Indian Town Gap every day. Every morning from I think 8 to 5, and then coming here for class from 6 to 10, and then doing it all over again for the next 30 days.
That's incredible. Talk to us a little bit about what brought you to BTI, because you have such a life.
Well,
what brought you here?
BTI kind of found me. I did go to college right after high school. I thought I wanted to be a teacher. I did not. Because it was right around the time where the education system was falling apart, where, teachers weren't sure if they were going to have a job, and it was such necessary teachers like math teachers and science teachers were being replaced by a computer. So I went to school, finished the year, did not finish hot, joined the Army, and I ended up here. But I was looking online for a job, and when you look online, it sends all of your information out to various, I don't know what you would call them, bots almost. And I got a phone call from BTI one day. They're like, oh, do you want to come check us out? And I was like, no, I'm not interested, thanks. Okay, next day, oh, do you want to come check us out? No, I'm not interested, thanks. This went on for about 2 weeks, and then I was like, you know what? Fine. I'll go so they can say that I was there, but I'm not interested. And I went in there with that mentality and left with a class schedule. I was like, well played, guys.
And what is your program?
I am in the dental assisting program.
Tell me how you're going to couple that with what you want to do with the military.
Well, what I want to do within the, I'm okay with what I do in the military. I wear many hats there. My primary job, my first job, I was an automated logistics specialist. And through that, I learned a lot about logistics management, whether it is government side or civilian side. And it's a very interesting job and very lucrative job. So if anybody's interested in that, I totally would say go. Mm-hmm. And I have a job as an aircraft refueler, which is super cool. And I never in a million years thought I would do that. But it doesn't really couple with it. My end goal, civilian side, is to retire from the military and become a dentist.
Yes.
So I've got to start somewhere, and I'm totally okay with starting down here as a dental assistant. So I can really get the ins and the outs, and then eventually, if I do become a dentist, when I become a dentist, have my own practice, I will have some empathy for my employees, my dental assistants, as they're running around like mad women or men,
trying to get everything done.
So I'll be a little more gentle with them and won't be like, what are you doing? Hurry up. It's okay, take your time.
What would you tell a student who's, or a prospective student who's out there and they're trying to figure out what they want to do and they're feeling like if I go to school, it's just going to be school and work, and I'll never have any time to do anything, and I won't have a life, what would you say to that student?
Honestly, and I don't want to say goofy, but as like current mainstream as it is to just trust the process. It's when I first started, I had one class, and then one class turned into two, and then two turned into one in the day and one at night, and it does get overwhelming, but this is your future.
Yes.
You're either going to get it or you're not. Those are your options, yes or no. But you just have to go with it, and you have to I have found that being here at BTI, like, because I am so busy, and there are times that I'm like, I'm ready to rip my hair out, oh my gosh, because I'm so overwhelmed. You have to find home in people here, whether it's an instructor or a classmate or just anybody. You have to find that one person that can bring you back down to the ground and tell you it's going to be okay, you got this, keep it moving.
And I love what you just said, Carissa, when you say the word home, because I think that school has to feel that way for students. You're here all day, you're studying, you're trying to grab something to eat, you're in and out of classes. It should feel natural and like home, and it should feel wonderful. Mm-hmm. And how have you found that at BTI?
Again, I don't think that it's like, because it's not something that I actively searched for. It wasn't like, okay, who can I accidentally call mom in class one day and they're not going to get mad? Like, and that's happened more times than I'm willing to admit to. Yes. But it kind of is, you're coming here to BTI. BTI is not your traditional school. It's not like where you go to a university and you're in these huge classes where the ratio is like 70-1 because you're in these gigantic lecture halls. But like the small sizes of everything like that, and just being a person, like a nice, normal, no chip on your shoulder having person, and you'll make those connections. So, I mean, I've made a lot of connections with students and instructors that I know moving past BTI, like after I graduate and stuff, I would still consider them a friend. We're like, oh, you want to come to my wedding? Whatever that'll be. So, but it's definitely been easy for that.
Great, and I agree with you. It's BTI's mission, and what we value here does lend itself to that feeling of home. And the other thing I like about Carissa, and I want to tell the audience, Carissa did something phenomenal. On Constitution Day this year, she wanted us to have a new flag for the school. Tell us a little bit about that. How did you come up with that idea?
Well, I was outside with a classmate of mine, and we were in the middle of a conversation, and I just stopped talking, and she's like, what is wrong with you? Like, I asked you a question, and I was like, that flag looks atrocious. And that's all I was looking at was the flag that was up there. It was tattered, it was faded, and in the past, since 2011, rather, I have attended too many funerals that flag was laid over a loved one's casket, and I'm like, that's not okay. Like, if this is what we give to our loved ones when they die, why can't we give them something nice while they're alive? And not just like, every person in the military who's ever served, but everybody else. Like, we're the land of the free, the home of the brave. Like, we're the toughest, big, strong country. Like, we need to look that way. Yes. So I reached out to one of the program directors and inquired within to see if the powers that be would be offended if I donated a flag, and I offered to retire the other one, which I did. And what was just supposed to be like a here you go, put it up, turned into the entire faculty.
Yes.
Knowing who Carissa Diggs was out in the parking lot as we raised up this new flag. And I was like, oh boy.
And it was phenomenal. And that's the kind of student that we're looking for to come to BTI, to come to give back. And she did something that was so wonderful for all of us. And we had a beautiful ceremony, and we just enjoyed it. So we're looking for students like Carissa, and for the students that are listening today, we're looking for you. My name is Dr. Tamara Smith, and I'm the Assistant Director of Education. This is Sergeant Carissa Diggs, and we want you to come to BTI. We are building a bridge to career success, and we're looking for you. Thank you so much.